Here we have a geometry problem. There is a figure given here. In the given figure, we have to find the value of x over here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is first let me name some points in the given figure. Let me name this is point A, this is point B, and this is point C, and this is point D, and this is point E, and this is point F. Okay, here we have a point of intersection of the two line segments AE and BD, and these two angle measures are opposite to each other. At the point of intersection of two lines, if there are two angles which are opposite to each other, they are called vertically opposite angles and they must be equal in measure. For example, if I assume the angle measure over here is y and this one also must be y because these two angle measures are vertically opposite angles. Okay, now let's consider triangle ABC over here, and so this is an extension of the side AB, and here we get an exterior angle over here. So now we can use exterior angle theorem in the triangle ABC. Okay, whenever one of the sides of a triangle is extended and we get an exterior angle, so that exterior angle is equal to sum of the two remote interior angles. Actually, we have three interior angles in the triangle ABC. We cannot consider the interior angle measure over here at vertex B cannot be considered the remote interior angle of the exterior angle because it is adjacent to this exterior angle. So it cannot be considered as remote interior angle. The remaining two interior angles, 35 and Y, are the two remote interior angles of this exterior angle I marked over here. So this exterior angle measure equals to sum of these two remote interior angles. So then what must be the exterior angle over here? We just have to add this Y and 35, these two interior angles. So the angle measure over here is Y positive 35. Okay, now let's consider the triangle CDE and the same thing. So here the side DE is extended over here, and this is the exterior angle I'm getting over here. So this exterior angle is equal to the sum of the two remote interior angles Y and 35. So the measure of the interior angle over here is Y positive 35. And here let's consider the point F over here. So the angle measure we have 1 and 10, and what must be the angle measure over here? Already we know that this is a straight angle because we have this angle measure on the straight line. Always the straight angle measures 1 and 80 degree. So in a straight angle, if this particular part is 1 and 10, what is the measure of this part? It has to be 70. So that when I add 70 and 1 and 10, I'm getting 1 and 80. So which is the angle measure on the straight line. Okay, now let's consider the quadrilateral BCEF. So in a quadrilateral, the sum of all four interior angles must be equal to 360 degree. So in any quadrilateral or four-sided polygon. So when I add the four interior angle measures X, Y positive 35, 70 and Y positive 35, they must add up to 360 degrees. So let me add them. So X positive, Y positive 35, positive 70, positive, Y positive 35. I've added the four interior angles of the quadrilateral BCEF and they must add up to 360 degree. So we can write 360. Okay, now let's combine the like terms over here. I'm getting X, and when I combine this Y and Y, I'm getting positive 2Y. And when I combine 35, 70 and 35, I'm getting 140. Equals to 360. Okay, now let's subtract 140 from both sides. When I do so, this positive 140, negative 140 will cancel out. I'm getting X positive 2Y equals to, when I subtract 140 from 360, I'm getting 220. Our aim is to find the value of X. So what we need to do is we have to find some stuff for Y in terms of X. Okay, now let me consider a particular part over here. So this is a straight angle, and since this is a straight angle, because it's an angle measure we have on the straight line BD, so always a straight angle measures 180 degree. So this X and Y together forms a straight angle. So when I add X and Y over here, so they must be equals to 180. Okay, now let's solve for Y in this one. For that, I have to subtract X from both sides. When I do so, this positive X, negative X will cancel out. I'm getting Y equals to 180 negative X. Okay, now I got Y in terms of X. Now we can plug in this 180 negative X for this Y over here, so that we'll have the equation only in the variable X, and our aim is to find the value of X. Okay, now let me continue the stuff over here. So X positive 2 times for this Y, I plug in 180 negative X equals to 220. Okay, so X positive, now let's distribute this 2 to 180 and X. When I do so, when I distribute this 2 to 180, I'm getting 360, and when I distribute this 2 to negative X, I'm getting 2X equals to 220. Okay, now let's combine this x and negative 2x. When I do so, I'm getting negative x, positive 360 equals to 220. So to solve for x, I have to get this positive 360. For that, I subtract 360 from both sides. Then this one will cancel out. I'm getting x equals to, when I simplify this one, I'm getting negative 140. So I get negative x equals to negative 140, but I need the value of just x. I don't want the value of negative x. For that, I have to multiply both sides by negative 1. So negative 1 times negative x equals to negative 1 times negative 140. Negative 1 times negative x is just x, because negative times negative will become positive. 1 times x is x. On the right side, when I multiply negative and negative, it becomes positive. 1 times 140 is 140. I got the value of x in the given figure. The value of x is 140.